It's time. And just real quick before I say my piece about Adam, Adam's been planning this thing for 3 years. And it finally happened. Which means that Adam has been writing shitty, insulting material about each one of us for 3 fucking years. And I'm fucking terrified as to what he's about to say. Adam, buddy, you're one of my best friends. I fucking treasure the times that we hang out. I'm dead serious. I fucking love hanging out with you, man. You're one of my best friends, and I think you're gonna be one of the biggest stars in the entire world. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend, Adam Goldberg.
Nice timing with the music you played. Amazing. Thank you for all sitting through my opening acts. I don't think any of you knew who Mike Hahn was when we started here. I don't think any of you want to now. My brother can't be here. He was busy in Philly giving Blake a stepbrother. I can't believe I have such a bland dais. If you guys were any less distinguished, I'd give you displays in the lobby of this building. I guess I'm gonna make fun of you guys in order of importance. Oh great, another last place tie in Emerson. You guys are such miserable failures, you should be performing with George Watsky right now. Eric's song is Quiet Pete. You had your chance and you barely ruined it. Eric's son is on this dais, you bristle-haired question mark. I asked Blake to book the talented Asian at Emerson, and I don't see Cherry Lynn Tessima anywhere. You have a 2 in 5 chance of getting the right person. Oh golly. Eric's son, you're so obscure your Wikipedia page says, "Don't worry about it." Our next roaster got heckled from 3 directions, Mike Hahn. Great job. At least, Eric's son, at least you're not him. Although, in bad lighting, I can't tell the difference. Mike Hahn's jokes are usually about how the audience doesn't like him, and they're not jokes. I know it's stereotypical, but whenever Mike Hahn is performing, I want to hit a giant gong. Television in the 60s, guys. Reference to that. Mike Hahn, you left Hawaii to join Emerson's comedy scene. Thank you. You left one paradise to ruin another. Pass me my water, you schmuck. You don't deserve the word please. Yeah, like I'm gonna stop talking. Now, Ishan Misra's in attendance. Wow, thanks for watching all those kids' movies. Someone asked me, hey, is Ishan, is that like a swear word? I was like, no. At you ruined me. At Emerson College, Ishan Misra's name means nothing. Ishan Misra's least favorite phrase is, let's be honest with ourselves. Ishan Misra is a founding member of Stroopwafel, the only club on campus with a worse name than Ishan Misra. Ishan Misra isn't Arabic, but his jokes are. You bombed so bad, did you think this roast was held last Saturday? If your routine was Palestinian, it'd kill more settlers than Oregon Trail. I don't like that guy. I mean, I did when I invited him, but oh gosh. Speaking of people in worse than awful comedy troupes, Tesha Conrad's here. Tesha was late for this roast. She was eating a Dunkin' Donuts truck that crashed down to the metal. Tesha, you barely sentient exhibition. Your eyes look emptier than Dan Peralt's bank account. I won't make fun of you too bad, Tesh. I always wondered what it'd be like to fuck 2 Linneas at once. Tesha, a lot of your comedy is based on being a girl and saying racist things. Newsflash, Sarah Silverman already did it, but thinner. The Girly Project recently had a great trailer, who I thought was setting up, not true. But I really appreciate him because there's finally someone in the Girly Project who's into men. Thought people would know who he was more. That's his fault for not being popular, not my fault for being unfunny. Pete Lundquist is here, what a guy! The only natural blonde at Emerson, and his tits are real too. Pete is a member of ECW, which has really been turning it around the last 6 years. I like your Roger Ebert look. Pete, listen, if your comedy was as efficient as if your poetry was as good as your dieting, you'd be significantly fatter. Oh wait, I meant the opposite thing of what I initially said. You might not recognize common comedy techniques after this dais. Justin Roberts, you absolutely killed it. If you killed it any better, you'd be Blake and Lannia's abortionist. Justin, I say this as your friend, I'm not your friend. I use you to boost my self-esteem and sometimes for shade. Luckily, you play Quidditch, so at least you have your dignity. Justin pals around with Zach Jones, which poses an important theological question. Would it be better to never try or never be able to succeed? Oh, indeed. That was an awesome burn. Jones, sometimes I forget how funny you are, like when you're performing. Zach Jones' act is actually a philosophical debate. It's a bad thing happening to good people. I'm glad you winded yourself telling jokes. That was impressive physically. Moving from smokers to members of Hyena, Dan Rubington is here. Rubington, you're the Dean Ludman of this dais. You're so charming and good-looking, people forget you don't do shit. He won't like that one. Ladies and gentlemen, a man too poor to afford the letter G. George Watsky. I didn't make a mistake. Ladies and gentlemen, a man too poor to afford the letter G. And his name. And his last name. After the N. Unless it's Dan Rubentong. You deserve that one for not laughing at the first punchline. Alright. Dan Rubington has written thousands of jokes and nearly some of them are good. Alright. Dan Rubington is in Hyena with Justin Bourguignon. He's coming along great, and I think of Justin Bourguignon... I'm dropping my pens. Great. I'm acknowledging everything I do on stage. Great. Justin Bourguignon's really moving up in the comedy scene. I think in a few years he's going to grab the brass ring and be on this dais. Unfortunately, nobody can tell when Justin Bourguignon is wearing a brass ring. Because of his skin tone. Alright. That guy's as popular as that other guy, nobody knew who it was.